Okay, welcome to another episode of Black Atlas Goings On. My name is Kenny, aka Black Atlas, and we are going to start this series off with one of my recipes. So, Happy New Year, Happy 2024 to all of y'all out there in YouTube land. My family loves it when I do Salmon My Way, so that's what we're going to start this series off with. One of my recipes, and it is going to be salmon or salmon, however you say it. So, we're going to start with the marinade that I use. We're going to go ahead and start with some soy sauce. Then we're going to add in some teriyaki sauce. Then we're going to add in a little bit of balsamic, a little bit of lemon. I did have a fresh lemon, but I left it in there too long and it went bad. My bad. So we have to use bottled lemon juice. And then we're going to add in a little bit of honey. And then we are going to go ahead and add in our herbs. Dried oregano. Dried basil leaves. And then dried parsley. Now, a lot of people may say, why are you using dried herbs instead of fresh herbs? Not everybody has access to fresh herbs. So, dried herbs are herbs that you can just go right into your store, into your local supermarket, go right into the seasoning aisle, and then you can get these. That's why. And then I'm going to put these away, and then we're going to go ahead and mix this up, and then get this put on the salmon, and get it put in the refrigerator for about a half an hour or so. And these are the 4 pieces of salmon that I'm going to make for dinner. So, what I'm going to do is I am going to pour the marinade over, and then I am going to flip them over to let the meat side lay in the marinade for about a half an hour or so. And there we are. I'm going to go ahead and flip the meat side down. So that way, the meat side is actually what's getting marinated. Now, I did go ahead and leave the skin on. I got this salmon. It was a 3-pound salmon fillet from my local Walmart grocery store. So I did have to descale it and also fillet it. Not fillet it, I'm sorry. Cut it into pieces. So I did cut it into a few pieces. Some of them are in the freezer. And then these 4 are for dinner tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and flip them over into the marinade, put them in the refrigerator for about half an hour, 45 minutes. And then we are going to get them out and put them in the oven. I'm sorry. We're going to get them out, get them seasoned, and then put them in the oven. So now I'm going to go ahead and get them in the refrigerator, and we'll see y'all in about 45 minutes. Action. Okay, I just went ahead and took the salmon out of the refrigerator for marinating. So we are going to go ahead and get it on this rack before we put it in the oven. But before we do that, we are going to go ahead and spray the rack to make sure that there is not going to be any sticking. And then we are going to get it put on the rack with the skin side down. I'm sorry, the skin side up first, so that way we can season the skin. I do like to leave the skin on the salmon because I do like to end up having crispy skin. So there we go. We're going to go ahead and get these salmon pieces moved from the marinade onto the rack. And then we are going to go ahead and brush or spoon more of the marinade on the salmon skin. Then we are going to go ahead and get it seasoned. All right. There they are. And then, like I said, we are going to get this marinade put on there. And I did score the salmon skin twice on each piece, so that way the marinade could seep into the salmon from the other side as well. And so what we are going to season it with is going to be some lemon pepper, garlic powder, white pepper, and I use kosher salt. It is just, actually, this is the kosher salt that I use, Morton's kosher salt. I just have it in here because it's easier to access than pouring it all the time. Now I will leave that there for a couple minutes to let that set in, and then we will flip it over, season the other side, and then get it in the oven. Okay, we got them flipped over. We let the seasoning set in on the skin, so now we're going to go ahead and brush some of this marinade onto the meat side, so to speak, and get that marinade in there as well. And then after that, we are going to go ahead and get this side seasoned, let it sit for a few minutes, and then get it put in the oven. All right, we're going to let it sit for about 5 minutes, then we're going to go ahead and get it in the oven. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring the salmon in so you can see what it looks like before it goes into the oven. This bright light really doesn't make it look as good as it actually does. Let me try turning the light off. And it looks a little bit more like what it looks like, but yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get it put in the oven. Now you can't see me because I'm dark. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get it put in the oven, and then I'll show it to you once we are done. Okay. So here we are. We are about to take the salmon out of the oven. It has been in there for about 35 to 40 minutes at about 350. So we're going to go ahead and take it out and then get that taste test in. Here is what it looks like after it has been taken out of the oven. Let's go ahead. It looks and smells delicious. Let's go ahead and get that taste test in. It is going to be piping hot. Oh, that's nice and flaky. and it looks delicious, smells amazing. Just go ahead in for that taste. That's amazing. You can taste the herbs coming through. You can definitely taste the soy sauce and the teriyaki sauce and the sweetness of the honey. And then, like I said, the fish is nice and flaky. And let me try to see if I can bring it in so you can see that corner where I just took it off from. Still nice and juicy in there. So it looks, tastes, and smells delicious. So that was the first official video from Black Atlas Goings On of 2024. My name is Kenny, aka Black Atlas. And until the next video, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let's double these numbers again this year in 2024. And until the next time, I'll catch y'all on the flip side.